Alright, I'm just going to make a quick little video of how to change the oil on my KX112. It's 2025. All you really got to know is where your drain plug is and your filler cap. So here's your filler cap, and down underneath is your drain. This bolt right here. There's a washer above it. I already went out and rode it around the yard a little bit. It's good to warm it up before you drain the oil. You're probably not really going to be able to see it from this angle, but I showed you where it was at. And on the KX112, it's a 14 millimeter. All right. Anytime I'm draining fluids, I usually get something that's pretty clean inside so you can inspect the fluid afterwards, make sure nothing crazy is going on. You could wear gloves, probably better while you do this kind of stuff. Alright. Let it completely go till it just starts dripping like it is now. And then it's good to maybe just rock the bike back and forth to see if you can get a little extra out. Go side to side. I let it drain for a while. I'm going to put the drain bolt back on. 15 foot-pounds is what it's supposed to be torqued down for this bike. You'll have to find out if your bike is different. Has your washer on there. They say to replace it with a new one each time. I've never done that. I always, with anything, cars or dirt bikes, whatever, I use it quite a few times and just look at it, inspect it, and make sure it still seems all right. I know they're supposed to get crushed and create a good seal when they're new, but I guess I know the risks I'm taking. I put it on, and then I just keep an eye on it for a couple rides, making sure that it's sealed properly and not leaking. So it's always good to inspect your oil. I was just going to show this real quick. Honestly, in my experience, I've only had oil that's, you know, pretty clean still, because you changed it, you know, on time, or it's more black. Or, you know, I've had some with like metal shavings and stuff. Mine does not have metal shavings, but it is very just gray. I know if like it was milky or something, you might have some water or coolant or something going into your oil. I don't have any metal shavings. It's really gray. So I'm going to assume that's just like some normal clutch wear. I changed this pretty early and this bike is pretty much new. I changed it after about an hour of riding. Then I put my own oil in. And now this is my second oil change, and I changed it sooner than, you know, recommended. So I'm gonna just hopefully say this is just the clutch, normal clutch wear turning it gray. If you guys have any idea, you can go ahead and tell me in the comments. We're gonna fill it back up. I forgot to mention you could have opened this cap up while you were draining. Sometimes that helps it flow out a little better. The manual says 0.7 liters, and a lot of the times on the side of your bike it'll also tell you, which right there it says oil 0.70 liters. Alright, it's a good idea to wipe this all off around it before you take off the cap. Make sure you're not getting any dirt or anything inside there. I wiped it pretty clean earlier. Get yourself a little funnel and just add it in. My manual recommends a 10W40 viscosity. Alright, so cap back on. Drain bolt is torqued to spec, and then my bike's leaning to the side right now. Your oil level should be in the middle of this sight glass. So when mine's right here when it's leaning sideways, but when I stood it up, it actually went kind of way towards the top. It's a little bit too much. but I'm really not going to do anything about it right now. I could possibly take a syringe or some kind of tubing in here and suck some of that extra oil that was added out. But honestly, if it's just a little over full, I think the worst thing that's going to happen is just out the overflow tube right here would be having some, when it's running and stuff, might have some oil spitting out of that. Alright, that's it.